Welcome back to Wedlocked and Loaded.
Wedlocked and loaded.
You women.
Do not lump us all in one category.
So you girls, and lie and stretch the truth
You
and try
girls,
to get us jammed up.
First of all, I'm a whole ass woman, right? Think about
No
that.
disrespect.
Sounds like it to me. So why can't y'all? What is it with men that they just can't walk away?
Depends how good it is. You don't want to give that away. Greetings, Wedlocked and Loaded, another edition. I am your humble and highly favored, highly talented, very studious.
And I am Leah Nicole.
We're starting by you stepping on me.
That's okay. Sometimes you need to be stepped on.
Nice, Leah. All right, so is this the end?
Is this the end?
That's definitely not the just. No. Just leave that be.
I will.
That's definitely not. That's definitely not it. So.
Let me find it.
So there's the episode of The Breakfast Club with Omar Epps, and he's there's a new movie that he's in and actually behind. You know, I think he's executive producer. Devil, you know. And so he made
talk about it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, baby. I'm so sorry.
So he made a comment, and I thought it was interesting. I wanted us to unpack it. So let's listen to it right here.
Taking breaking up off the table.
Yeah.
Helped your marriage. Expound on it.
Yeah. I mean, it's as simple as that. Like, when you take breaking up off the table in a relationship, in a marriage, whatever you want to call it, it changes the whole dynamic of how you deal with conflict. Mm-hmm. It's not about the happy times. It's about when the turbulence is there. And for me, it really impacted me, like, because you don't have that card to pull out no more. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it's this argument, conflict, misunderstanding, whatever it is, you're handling it in a way where, well, we're going to be together after this. Where I feel like in a lot of relationships, the pacing of it is you could always just be like, I'm out.
So, what do you think of that?
You know, I've matured a lot.
So you say.
Yeah, kiss my ass. And, you know, I understand where he's coming from. I also understand the other side of it, right? Like, how many times did I break up with you? How many times did we get divorced? How many times was it, you know, I'm out, we're leaving, blah, blah, blah? Like, how many times? I think that, what are you doing?
Will you just talk?
Well, you're doing too much. I think that, you know, it is important to have the mindset of this is forever, because at the end of the day, like, you know, that's what when you took those vows, that's what you said, you know, till death do us part, right? Like I said, I understand both sides. On the other end, it's like people get tired, right? Sometimes marriage is work.
You don't say.
It is work, and sometimes you just don't feel like working. You don't feel like putting in 100 today.
Putting it in or taking it out.
You don't even feel. Sometimes you don't even feel like putting in 10% because you're just tired.
But y'all said y'all superwoman, right?
Got the F on my chest.
And you think Superman don't get tired?
No, I've never seen Superman tired.
Oh, you ain't never seen Superman get defeated or almost defeated?
Kryptonite.
Absolutely.
So a wife is kryptonite?
A wife is not kryptonite. However, a wife can have, Superwoman can also have some debilitating force.
You're talking about Will and Jada again, huh?
No, I am not.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there,
as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement.
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
Ay, Ayes míos.
So,
yeah.
But
you got to take it off the table.
You got to take divorce off the table.
Yeah. And you said, you know what I mean? For sure. You would like throw that shit around crazy.
I mean,
And then when that song came out with Usher, like, it really, like, you got beside yourself.
Which one?
I'm ready to sign them papers.
The Papers song.
Oh, let me find those lyrics. Let me see.
No, it doesn't matter.
It matters.
Stay focused. Stay on task.
I'm on task.
On task.
I am.
All right, well.
I am.
So, I think when you do that, like what Omar said, like it forces you to find an alternative and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because for sure it was like, yo, this shit ain't working. It's hard. Like, I'm done. But if you take that I'm done off the table, then you literally have no other option but to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that that's important. And to have that kind of agreement early on is super important, because if you don't have that agreement early on, it could possibly, the first year is definitely the hardest, right?
So it is.
Or the first couple of years even.
I think it's funny. Like, now that digging back and thinking back and digging into the archives, like, you've actually said that early on, like, even before we got married.
What?
Like, divorce is not an option.
Did I?
You did. Now, whether you was just saying that to hear yourself talk, I don't know. Part of me actually believes you did believe that, and because you definitely turned up a notch after we got married. So actually, I'm real, this is really interesting. Wow, the things we tuck away and forget about until this spark in our memory.
This is Will at the Oscars, yo.
So you absolutely said that. I mean,
that's what it is. That's
whatever.
what happens.
You absolutely
all that
said
shit
it.
You tuck away, all those nip tucks.
Yeah.
Come out, baby.
You've absolutely said it. And you've absolutely turned up. And as I stated before,
that's
people
subjective.
get tired, right?
I didn't turn
now,
up.
Boy.
Yeah, I was just growing. Shout out to Sean. I was becoming a man.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure it out.
No, honey. No.
And
no.
And also shout out to Sean. I think you were working on womanhood, right? And so yeah, that's what that was. And so we were trying to figure out Bam and Wow together, and just trying to figure out, you know what I mean? Like how, like what was what, and yeah, I mean, so yeah, I mean.
So no, when I said I do.
You didn't.
I did. I meant it. It, was not easy, but I meant it.
Well, yeah, let's not. Like you got shit faced the night before. You were crying on the day of. You were scared out of your fucking panties or whatever you had on that day. Like nothing was beautiful and tingly
it was
during
hard.
Yeah. And I went to bed the night before at 10 o'clock. I had my man. It sounds kind of wild. I had my man in the hotel room, but we were in separate beds. I had my son, you know what I'm saying, and we were responsible. And we went to bed. And I remember like it was yesterday. I had a Mike's Hard Lemonade. And I was like, I don't want to fuck this up. I don't want to show up drunk. Because a lot of dudes was telling me, yo, man, just take a couple shots and blah, blah, blah. I was like, yo, just my luck. I throw up all over her dress. I'll never live it down. Can't do that. I want to be present. I want to be in the moment. And you got this fucking yuck to my right out slushing it down and drinking tequila and vodka and mixing, doing interracial drinking and all that.
I know I was having a damn good time.
Tell me about it.
I had a really good time.
Tell me about it.
And it was crazy.
I believe it.
Like, legit, We were bar hopping.
And shout out to your crazy ass cousin that was doing all the fucking. She was a ringleader. You know what I mean?
Listen.
Instead of being responsible, like I was a responsible man. So even
So that was
and
was,
look how life.
She was responsible. But at the end of the day, nobody forced anything down my throat.
Flag on the play.
Oh
So,
my
like,
God!
I
You have to
chose-
find another way.
What?
You said that on purpose.
What?
You,
I chose to indulge
So-
in what I chose to indulge.
so
in.
considering what we are talking about,
What? I'm talking about going out and drinking.
so you can't find any other way.
You're trying to place blame on somebody,
But-
and I'm saying nobody forced anything down my throat.
Flag on the play.
I
Say it
chose
again.
to do it. I chose to drink the night before my wedding. I chose to.
Okay,
I had a really good time with my family.
I bet.
Went out to dinner. You know,
I bet.
people was buying me drinks.
Yeah, it was like me at the shipyard.
But it wasn't though.
Yeah,
Like, I didn't have that experience.
I mean you've been doing it longer, so you
See?
got a higher
You see?
tolerance.
You see?
You've been drinking since you was 12 or
Uh-huh.
some shit.
Yeah. You keep doing that bullshit if you
That's
want
true.
to.
Yeah.
It's
You definitely
because
have
you was there.
when you were 12, no. But I
Okay.
remember Maximus when you used to like y'all had a bar, yo. And you and
But I was
you
of-
and people,
I was
you and the
of
people,
age.
as you say. Yeah, but you had a strong tolerance then. Like I would have a
I was-
drink and
I
I'll
was
be all
sipping.
like, I'll be a little woozy.
I was sipping back then.
Nah, sipping bullshit.
I was sipping
You
back
was
then.
chugging that bitch down.
I definitely wasn't chugging down. I was definitely sipping.
I mean,
But whatever.
that sounds more ladylike.
Whatever.
But you definitely were like getting it in back then. So like, you know,
But I wasn't.
it's like people will be like, "Oh, you be
Yeah,
drinking,
yeah,
you be
yeah.
drinking that girl drink. You be drinking girl drinks."
Anyway.
Yo, I drink stuff that tastes good,
I
and
drink stuff that tastes good.
nah,
too.
you be drinking like shit to keep the homeless people warm.
No, I don't.
You know what I mean? The Boone's Farm and Mad Dog 2020 and
Whatever.
fucking Goldschlager and all that type of shit.
But meanwhile, you out here naming stuff.
Because I know what it is.
Yeah,
yo.
I know you know.
I know where you
why?
from.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
Light side, maybe darker.
Are you
Ray
done?
Parker, Magna.
Let me know. Let me know. Let me
Huh?
know if you're done.
Let me know.
I'm done, babe.
Okay. Ridiculous.
All right.
I don't even know.
So back on task.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when you take those negotiables off the table, you have a different experience. And I think also when it comes to therapy, people often will go to therapy when things are wrong instead of starting, or so they'll go to therapy when things are wrong, and they'll go to therapy in the beginning as a prerequisite, like in order to get married. So they'll
And then
kind of
there's
do
no-
their community service, so to speak.
And there's no follow through.
There's no follow through, and you can absolutely, and there's so many. So for me, people, and I'm delighted that people are talking about therapy more, and it's not so much of a stigma, which I'm happy for. But also, therapy is not like a magic wand. You know what I'm saying? It's work that's involved. It's time that's involved. Like, both parties have to actually trust their therapist. They have to be able to be open with their therapist. It's like a doctor. So you go to a doctor and you're like,
They are a doctor.
no, I'm saying like your PCP. But if you go to your PCP and you're like, oh, my chest hurts, and they're like, oh, so do you smoke? And you're like, no. Do you drink? No. I'm
listening. Go ahead.
What the fuck?
I just wanted to see something.
Why don't you video yourself
I
doing
don't
that?
need to. Go ahead.
Make that a reel.
Finish talking.
Leah, don't be gross.
I'm not. Finish talking.
I don't even remember I'm in the middle of like trying to say
So
something.
this is what I'm saying. Focus on you right now.
I can't when you just, come on, don't do that.
All right.
Don't do that.
I said okay.
Fuck. Leah, if you do it again.
Can you go?
So, if you lie and you're not truthful, you know what I'm saying, and like you are smoking 2 packs a day, you know what I'm saying, like that's not gonna help you be diagnosed for what your actual issue is. So in therapy, like if they're asking you questions and you're kind of giving like glossy answers or you're not being truthful, like it won't be helpful. And we have certainly had therapy for a long time where we weren't using it the way it was supposed to be used, and we would just talk about trivial shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think in hindsight, it lets me know now, like, you can absolutely be in therapy, but not be using your therapist.
I also think that, so, I mean, in those sessions, right, I feel like, we were definitely equipped with some good tools and we utilized those tools. And so by the time we had our next session, because we had utilized the tools that were given, we didn't really need the whole 45 minutes to an hour, right? And so, we would rehash what we figured out on our own, and then the rest of it was just like a dumping ground for everything else that was happening in life around us.
Yeah. But, I don't know if that was the best use of time.
It probably wasn't the best use of time, and I think that we absolutely could have scaled back on the number of visits that we were doing at that time, because we were able to utilize the tools that were provided to us.
It's all about toolbox, so.
A good toolbox.
Are you being fresh?
I'm just saying, there's nothing like a good toolbox.
So you have your toolbox and you have your different things that you're supposed to use in different situations. So no different if you need a flathead or a Phillips. Leah.
I am enjoying my water. Please go ahead.
If you need a drill, if you need a hammer, like, depending on what the situation is, what tool will be best for that. So, even in relationships, people say like, oh, communication is key, and like communication looks different for different people. And it's like, I actually, whenever I hear that, I always try to dig in or challenge the person. It's usually a person in a relationship and they're talking about something. But what does that mean? What's communication look like to you?
It means a lot of things, right? And I think that, I'll answer this. Like, for me, one, it's not just being able to talk, right? It's the ability to listen in order to understand. And it's also the ability to try to, once you understand, to navigate in that space of understanding. Right? So, for example, if I'm saying to you, as simple as it can be, the things that you are doing are hurting me, and I'm giving you hardcore examples, it is then for you to listen to what I said, accept what I said, and understand what I said, and do your best not to continue to do those things that are hurting me.
But you didn't give examples.
So, what?
You didn't give examples.
So, one, I was just generalized. Like,
yeah,
being
okay.
general.
I'll take the generalization. But you don't give examples. Because I would always ask you for them.
But two, so
and then you would get mad.
I did give examples.
Nah.
I gave hardcore examples.
I give hardcore examples.
Sometimes you was just sure that you didn't want to listen to them because you were enjoying the moment.
Yeah, is this a spinoff of the last?
It wasn't, because I initially was just being really general.
Yeah, but
and then you took that shit to heart, and now you ran.
No, it ain't taking it to heart.
You did, like, you took it personal, and
but,
like you just,
so
for
like
example, you was Tom Brady and wanted to score a touchdown.
Leah, knock it off, yo. Like, what do we do? So when we're talking about I don't even. You're just.
I was definitely.
What?
Talking, and you wanted to interject.
I just said you didn't give examples. I saw, and so because for
So
me, communication, like if it's a situation,
so
because
you
I
don't.
definitely
So
did
here's the
that. I'm
thing.
like, Leah, when you do this, I
Blah
feel
blah
like
blah
this,
blah
right?
blah
That's
blah.
exactly. So when I was talking, that's how you heard it. So as I was literally talking, and I could see the words like in the air, kind of like, almost like, when you're a kid and somebody's feeding you applesauce, like I could see it going into your brain, and it went right out the other ear.
Yeah.
So it was womp 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 blah blah blah. When I said, Leah, when you do X, I feel Y, and you kept doing X. So then when I'm like, damn, well, she is a person, because let me tell you this. Let me tell you this part, because this is the other part. And this is male, female, whatever. I think this is just people. It's interesting if you are a person that's once in a space and you on a receiving end of something, and however long you endure that and whatever happens during that process and transformation, and then you become the person that is now doing that, and you then can't remember what it felt like to feel that and empathize and not do that.
So here's the thing. And I'm gonna talk specifically about myself, right?
Please.
I, at that moment, didn't give a fuck about your feelings.
Yeah,
because
that's clear.
You showed me that you didn't give a fuck about mine.
I did, Leah.
No,
intention versus impact. I learned that later.
The impact.
My intention was to never, ever, ever hurt you.
So
that's a fact.
It might be factual for you, but it is not a fact.
What?
It might be factual for you, but it's not a fact.
It is a fact.
It's not a fact. Because
it's coming out of my.
So if I'm saying you are hurting me, and you keep doing the same thing, hurting me, then it's not a fact.
I just thought about the LL Cool J. Don't hurt me again.
Oh my God. This is why.
So I think like people get confused when they think about love, right? Like I think they think about it from the emotional standpoint, where it's just, it's the feeling, it's the butterflies, right? But it's more than that. Love is an action word. Love is a verb, and so it's not how you feel, right? It's what you do to show that love, right? And I mean, we can look at it from many perspectives, right? Like mother and child. When a mother is showing a child love, they are showing a child, they are nurturing that child, they are taking care of that child, they are bathing that child, they are making sure that child has, food, shelter, clothing. Whereas, in a relationship, right, it can be the same thing, right? But now we're talking about two adults. So now that thing is supposed to be mutual, right? I take care of you, you take care of me. Sometimes it can be one partner, stepping up and doing a little bit more, and at other times, the roles can reverse. But it's more than just a feeling.
I don't know if I agree. I mean, I guess I do.
I mean, and you don't have to agree, right? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, like let's think about it in the relationship aspect, right? Like, what happens when those butterflies wear off, right? Do they wear? I mean, for some people, they feel like they feel those butterflies forever. But what happens when those butterflies wear off? Now the little things that used to be cute get on your fucking nerves.
Tell me about it.
Like
so much. So much.
Oh, so now you agree.
No, I agree with that point. But, yeah. I mean, I think it's important to always find the respect and like the person, even if you don't feel like, well, no. So you have the mutual respect, and then you have a genuine, general love for the person. Because there will be times where you don't like the person.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's okay. And I think a lot of times people get scared at the fact of not liking the person anymore.
But you know what? I don't even know if it's like a matter of, and although I said it, I don't know if it's a matter of not actually liking the person, right? What we really don't like are typically the actions, right, of a person. I'm sorry. So I'm thinking, I guess it can be both. But typically it's the actions. It's the actions that the person um that the person's doing that makes you be like, yeah, I don't like that.
The actions.
Right, but like that's not necessarily like who the person is.
Oh, now you can see that. Because I feel like with me throughout the years, you didn't have so much grace. Now you can get to the point where you can say that. That's
So
a
I can get to
beautiful
a
thing.
point where I can
Good for
say
you, man.
that. So
Thank you so
listen,
much.
you heard what you wanted to hear.
Leah, you never gave me the grace.
What are you talking about?
What?
You're still here. What part of
Uh,
me never giving you grace?
Still here, like I'm a fucking cage
You're
kitten.
still
What are
here,
you talking
meaning,
about? Well,
are
that's
you
that.
still by my side?
I chose to stay and fight.
Sir,
Yeah.
I gave you the space to stay and fight. Understand that.
Nah.
Understand that.
Tomato, tomato.
Okay, you
Blueberry,
can call it what you
raspberries, or
want.
strawberries.
Yeah, love all of those.
Yeah, no.
I can leave the raspberries to be honest.
Like I don't know about that. But you didn't give me the grace.
I
You didn't
gave
give me the
you
grace of
I gave you the grace and I also gave you the space. You know.
I don't know. I mean I think that there's historic references that would say otherwise. But, I'll let you have that for the time being. You know what I'm saying? You can have that space. Um
I don't know why folks feel like they be doing you favors.
Shut up. So I had
Ah.
I had another question about the thing that was on the station that we listened to a little while ago, talking about so the girl's out and the man called. You know what I'm saying? And I find like that's one of those hot button topics that like.
So we'll state what it is.
I could be out with my friends and we could be having a blast. But the minute that my man calls, hello, you say what? You want me to come with? I'm out. Mid turn up. I'm out. Period. They be like, where you going? To my man.
So if you're hanging out with your homies and your significant other calls you and says, I'm ready for you. I mean, this is like a old standing topic, right? Like I've seen memes in the past where dude will send a picture of like, a bubble bath with rose petals, maybe some champagne or whatever. Sometime a little, pic. Talking about I'm ready for you. Come home, baby, blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, you've been home for however long you've been home.
Doesn't matter.
Y'all been getting it in, or maybe y'all ain't been getting it in, right?
Or not.
Or not.
Dry house.
Right? Or not because
Dry house.
Because your partner has been the one that's been out chilling, doing whatever, right?
Dry house.
Now it's your turn to be out and chilling, but now they ready for you, and now they want you to come home at their beck and call.
There's no turns, Leah. That's the problem.
So there is turns, right? Because I think that in any relationship, if you want it to be healthy, I think that there is healthy space.
Okay,
Meaning,
okay, you stay there. Let's park the car. Let's park the car.
Let's
on Blue
park
Hill
the
Ave.
car.
Shut up.
Park the
Let's
car.
park the car on Blue Hill Ave.
Now you gotta be on Blue Hill Ave.
So let's get out the car and let's walk around the vehicle and assess it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So with that statement that you just said, do you feel in your heart of hearts?
Oh, can you calm down a little bit, player?
No, in your heart of hearts, not hat of hats. Do you feel in your heart of hearts?
My heart of hearts.
That the total equivocation of ladies' nights.
Not the equivocation.
And compared with fellas going out Do you believe that is any way comparable?
Folks
Leah, just
do what they
please.
want. Here's the thing.
We're looking at the same car.
We're not.
We are kicking the tires. We're
Here's the thing. I might find that rear tire behind the driver's. You know what I'm saying? On the left hand side might be a little underinflated.
Leah,
you know what I'm saying?
We're looking at the same car.
Right, but understand.
I want you to compare the ladies' nights. Take yourself out of it and the conversations you've been a part of. The ladies' nights compared to fellas' nights. So the women that you talk to, how many times are they saying, yeah, my husband's out with the fellas doing the guys' night? Think about the totality of that mixed with the women's and girls' night and tell me if that's
whether
equal
they are out chilling with one friend or having
that ain't a fella's night.
Here's the thing. I don't feel like men label their night out as fellas night. So that's
don't need that shit.
Okay, so that's fine. But what we're saying ladies night because that's just what we're labeling it as.
No, don't do it.
So I'm out with the girls.
Go get your hair done and come back home. Go get your nails done and bring your ass back home.
No.
Ain't no need of, you know what I mean? Like, the hell.
Speaking of such, the next ladies' night.
Leah, are you fucking kidding me?
Why are you cursing?
Are you serious?
I didn't even get a chance to say anything.
Because you don't need to.
I need to let you know.
I don't want you.
Since we're on topic, so that I don't forget.
No, thank you.
So the next ladies.
Send me a text.
I'm not gonna send you no text. I'm talking to you live in person.
I don't want to hear it.
The next I need you to listen to me.
This microphone.
I need you to listen to me.
It needs to be adjusted.
I need you to listen to me.
I can't hear you. This static. Oh,
that's so cool. I'm just gonna say it. Maybe when you play this back, you can hear me.
Leah, don't disrespect me.
How is that disrespecting you?
I don't know, but just don't do it.
I just want to let you know so that it's on record and you can't say I didn't say anything to you about it.
This is not what the show is for.
I understand, but it happens to be what we're talking about, and so it's on topic.
Point,
about what?
This proves my point.
So there was. Are you ready to listen?
No.
Okay, that's okay.
But whatever.
So the next ladies' night is actually gonna be
what, Friday?
No. It's gonna be a ladies' weekend. Okay. And it involves a plane. Okay. It's not happening next month or anything. You have some time to process this.
So I just, all right. I'm going to lunch.
You're going to lunch, Babe. It's kind of late for lunch.
I just don't understand if we're in the middle of talking about the very thing and then you're literally proving.
I'm not proving anything. I'm just letting you know.
So you're choosing to not engage in a conversation for your own selfish gain.
No. We can have a conversation about it. And
I asked you simply looking at the same car.
So looking at the same car.
Comparisons are the same.
So we're not comparing, right?
Answer,
so what I'm saying is.
Weekend.
Yeah.
So it's not a ladies' night. It's not a ladies' brunch. No. It's not a ladies' fucking cocktails. It's now a ladies' weekend.
It's gonna involve.
Now it's a ladies' retreat.
Yeah.
And now it's a blah blah blah. And now it's this and that and the third.
Yeah.
And I love, I can't even have this conversation by myself because I'm just gonna sound crazy.
By yourself, I'm right here. We're gonna have a conversation.
As a sole guy, I can't even.
I'm the sole lady.
This is stupid, yo.
So here's the thing. Like I said.
Okay, let me ask.
Wait.
Why is it where I don't even want never mind.
So no, go ahead.
Because the roles and the lives are not the same, and I hate how everyone pushes and puts everything in one fucking one container, yo.
What
are we talking about? So the woman that works and comes home or works, leaves, picks up the kids, brings them to soccer practice, brings them to taekwondo, and then comes home and cooks and makes sure the food's done before the husband comes home, and then gives him sex at night, and then this, that, and the third. Her life is different than that of yours. Because when you get done, you don't do those pieces.
When I get done what?
Leah, you don't have like
So
a
you're
soccer
talking
mom
about
type of life.
So I don't, right? Because our kids are older.
You have a plethora of friends that you
So
see
what?
in different pockets.
So
right?
what?
It's not as if you only have one friend, fucking Sarah or Bertha from middle school.
Nah,
you
Bertha.
You have an array of friends that you can see or talk to or chat at any given moment. So whether it's going to yoga with them, whether it's going to comedy night, whether it's going to
But while we're
rent them
in
outlets,
those places,
you
we
have
can't talk.
your opportunity to have your friend time.
If I'm at comedy night, we can't talk because we're listening to the comedian.
You're spending time together. You ain't on a date. Y'all
but we
know
need
each
to
other.
talk. That's the whole point of connecting.
Talk on. I don't. Oh my god, yo.
We can't talk on the phone because the husbands are always home.
I don't get. It's not even.
And so what?
And because it's such a heavy population of women that like everyone is gonna.
You don't feel like you need to be around the fellas every now and then?
No.
Every now and then you don't feel like it.
Leah, every now and then, maybe. Like routinely, no. Dude that I know feels like they have to have a fucking guys' night. No one, yo. No one.
But that
so
might
women
entail something
across
different.
the board, you have to do your girl.
But that might entail something
That shit's
different.
frustrating, yo.
It might entail like.
And it's only frustrating because I genuinely don't get it, and I would get it.
I don't think you will ever get it because you're not a woman, right?
But what difference is it? I'm a
And
human being and I can empathize.
Here's
so
the thing.
if you, this is what has been sold to me a long time ago.
Here's the thing.
Oh, we're women and we're mothers and we're wives and we never have time for ourselves.
Who sold
and
you
blah
that
blah
ticket?
blah. What?
Who sold you that ticket?
Your friends have in front of your face. And I am involved and I contribute and go well above. So your life is not the same as a person that comes home and the whole bag is on them and the husband simply comes home and plops on the couch and puts his hand in his pants. So your life does not mirror that. So if that person's life and they need that release of that ladies' night once a month, I can understand and empathize with that. I can't understand and empathize with someone that doesn't do that. I don't get it.
So my life doesn't have to mirror theirs, right?
So
and on top of it,
we need to pour into each other. We need to.
But this is true.
And this, that, and the third.
But that part is true, right? The same way you should be doing the same thing with your friends.
It's cool, yo.
And let's be honest.
I poured in when I had my conversation over the phone for 15 minutes.
Here's what I'm saying.
That was my pour in.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Right.
I ain't fucking going to. You know what I mean?
I know.
I need some water.
Yeah, you want some water?
I don't want your shit.
You don't want none of my water?
No.
Why? That's not nice. I'm trying to offer you some of mine. I'm sharing. I'm trying to share.
No.
You don't want it?
Share something else.
Do you want that?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You might want to take a sip of this first, though.
Did you backwash?
Why would I do such a thing? That's gross. I'm not 6. I know how to hold fluid in my mouth. Oh.
Flag on the play.
Nicely. Very nice.
I know. But
again,
here's what I'm saying, right? Like, I could think back, right? COVID had us stuck for a little while, and just as much as when we were doing our Black love thing with the other couples, like just as much as it was important for the ladies to get together, you guys and the husbands were also getting something out of that. So like you all had you all's nights where you all would connect and just chill without us.
Yeah.
Yes, and there's been a few times when you was hosting stuff at the crib and I wasn't home, and I haven't hosted any.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You was hosting fellas nights. You don't know what I'm talking about?
I hosted fellas nights.
You had.
I had a night when you.
You
were
had
away.
more than one night.
Where were you, Leah?
I was home. What do you mean? I took myself to Legals, and then I went.
The amount of times that I've had to fucking get lost like a 12-year-old kid in comparison with you getting lost.
The amount of times that
like,
you had
I
to
remember
get lost.
being out and keeping myself out, and it was like 2 a.m, and y'all women
So-
do not know how to
So I think
wrap it up and go the fuck home.
I think what you're referring to is like if I'm having a party.
No, it's framed as a lady. So that's the thing, right? So I don't like the blankets.
No.
So say, hey, celebrating such and such.
So there's been
having an anniversary
There's definitely
party. Hey,
have been
such and such is getting a divorce, and we want to do something for her as her girl.
Damn,
hey,
I forgot about that too. Sorry. I'm just kidding, babe. Kinda. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
I don't even wanna.
I'm sorry for interrupting
What's
you.
the point?
What's the point of what?
I don't know.
So I think we were talking about a few things.
I just don't like blankets. So say what it is, yo. Don't frame it as.
For me, I typically say what it is.
No, you never say what
Don't
it is.
lie on me.
Leah, you don't say what it is. You'll say, oh, we're gonna blah blah blah, or oh, you know, such and such just got a new job, so we're gonna celebrate her because I know that she's been looking for a job for 7 months, right? That's different than we're having a ladies' night on Friday, because guess what? When that shit comes up in 2 weeks, I don't. Now I'm not.
So
gonna
I don't
empathize and
have
don't
ladies'
care.
nights every 2 weeks, Dan. So I need you to stop that.
Yeah.
I'm not involved in.
And when you do them, they're so explosive that it doesn't even. It's not even nice for you to do another one.
What are you talking about?
There's so much
explosive?
explosions and fucking jizz all over the house.
What
It's
are
not
you
even
talking
like,
about?
You know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know you don't know. So I need you to
Like when you do one, and it's like, oh, we didn't take pictures, and so we got to do a do-over, and then you do it
so
again.
no,
and
you're
like,
talking about something completely different.
It's a ladies' night.
No,
That's how I was framing
no,
me.
it's not. No.
Friends gala?
No.
Whatever.
What?
It's called.
So you're so yes, we do Friendsgiving. Yes, we do Galentine's.
Yeah.
So that's
Like, who does
November,
that?
and then that's
There's no
February.
Valentine's. Yo, what up, bro? We gonna get together on Valentine's. When niggas gonna like, who talks like that?
So that's listen.
Come on, yo.
You can label it.
Unless you're.
You can label it however you want to label it.
Unless you got your liquor license.
Listen.
There's never a time in history. Yo, bro, we're gonna get together on February 16th. You know what I mean? Gonna go to movies and shit.
So no, we're not going to the movies on Galentine's when we celebrate Galentine's Day, but it is absolutely a way for us. It's a day for us to show our appreciation to our friends, give them their flowers. No, we're not. For what?
And send an email.
For what?
Send a text
for what?
saying I love you.
And
I appreciate you.
Honestly,
yeah.
We do that, right?
So?
But also, again, love, right? It's an action, right? It's not just words. So
don't say that shit to me, Leah. Because
what?
You know, I want some action too. I want some love action.
You get action.
Yeah, alright. Okay.
You don't get action?
I mean,
say you don't get action.
Hey man.
I want you to say it.
Whatever.
I want you to say it.
It doesn't matter.
Say it.
Doesn't matter.
Say it.
Either way.
Say you don't get none.
Leah, what?
Say you don't get none.
Get none what? Action?
Yeah.
Do I get like?
Oh, here we go. Yep. Now you stuttering.
No.
Now you stuttering.
If I lay down after like, you know what I'm saying? I want to be rubbed. I want like my back rubbed. No. Like no, I don't. So that's action, right? I don't expect you to be massaging. You know. I can't even say a name because you got such a plethora. It's gonna be one of your friends.
Whatever.
So, Jill, right? Like you're not. I don't expect you to be rubbing Jill's back. That's an action.
Yeah. So no, right? So that the actions are being shown in a different way, clearly because it's a different type of love.
Yeah. Well, I just don't. It's just like I don't.
It's like small gift exchange. It's just
there has to be a happy medium, you know. I don't see why there's such a polar opposite understanding.
It's just the way
men and women, and it's not
it's
a matter
the way you process
you guys
it.
just don't never want us to go anywhere. It's not even that. It's just like like apples to apples.
Can I ask you a question?
You should.
Let me ask you this. Can I ask you this?
I'm not gonna go to my man's house and bring him cookies, and like somebody else brings cakes, and then we bring Like a potluck
So-
for Valentine's? Is that a thing?
That
Like, what are we
so
talking about?
you determine that, right? Like
Yeah,
you
I'm
determine
determining
that.
that ain't gonna happen.
Whether y'all
And
bring
you ain't single. So
whether y'all
I'm pouring all the love into you,
Baby.
literally and figuratively,
Baby.
than you
Baby.
can handle on
Baby.
Valentine's. So
Baby.
you should be full.
You don't have
You should
to
be burping. I'm gonna be appropriate.
Yeah.
You should be full. You should have no more love to give. But yet and still, Valentine's, come to my house, girl. Blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm bringing some Moscato, and I'm bringing the blah blah blah, and I'm bringing the rosé, and I'm bringing the blah blah blah. It's like, oh God. All right, I'll get lost. All right, yes, dear. Yes, dear. I'll be the Oprah husband. Yes, dear. No, dear. I'll pick up the kids, dear. Yes, dear. I'll bring the dog to the veterinarian. Yes, dear.
Well, baby, honestly, you was gonna do that anyway. So, what are we talking about?
Stupid.
It's really, really, really foolish that we're having this conversation.
No, it's a real thing.
And so it's not, right? Because so
you
like
want to interject a goddamn. You probably already booked your flight, yo.
I didn't book anything just yet. I just wanted to have the
You
conversation
gonna book
with
it
you.
tonight?
Oh, maybe tomorrow.
Yo, fuck it.
But the point is that
I need a drink.
is that you know it's important to pour into your French any relationship that you have. It's important to pour into that relationship.
What do you pour into first?
What are you talking about?
All right, so let's talk about this. Do you feel like there's a balance? Because the girl said that on the show. Is there a balance?
There should be.
Hmm.
There should be. There should be a balance between home.
Mm.
There should be a balance between home and outside. Absolutely.
Mr. Lover.
And that doesn't mean that the scales have to be equal, right?
Okay, there we go. All right, so we're on the same page. We good.
But there still is a balance.
Yeah, I mean, somewhat. I mean, you feel like it's 50. You feel like it's 60-40?
I mean, it doesn't have to be that much outside.
70-30?
Yeah, that's kind of fair.
You ain't living 90-10, nigga. By no means. You definitely 70-30 club.
I'm okay with that.
And I would say 60-40 for your lifestyle.
For my lifestyle. Come on.
You know what I mean?
Dude, we do a lot together.
Leah,
We
we just
spend a
recently
lot-
started doing stuff together because we're friends.
Even when we wasn't friends,
Yeah,
we was
when
still
we were
doing
not
a
friends,
when we were
weren't
not
doing
friends, we was still doing a lot together.
That's not true.
Damn,
yo.
it's so very true.
Everything about.
Can I tell you why it's so true?
Everything about.
Can I tell you
this,
why it's so true?
You have to be truthful, yo.
Listen, it's so very true. It's
I didn't even
so,
like you, and you didn't like me. So what are we doing
So
together?
we still were doing things together
With the
as
kids?
if we liked each other, even if the kids wasn't there.
Nah, yo.
And unless you got your little panties in a bunch,
Flag on the play.
Leah, I don't wear panties.
and
let's
you
first-
wanted,
let's
you know what I'm
first-
saying?
hold
Nah,
on.
because
Hold
on those days you wore panties, and
I definitely-
they were in a
no,
tight
I wear-
ass wad
I wear
up your
boxer
booty,
briefs. No, I wear boxer
and
And
you
I
know
have-
you couldn't see past
Calvin
the
Klein.
trees.
I have
You
some-
what
I
you
have
can't
some
you couldn't
Gap.
see the forest past the trees.
I have
That's what that's the
Gap.
saying.
I have some new ones that I got. Some
What
banana-
is that
I
the
got
saying? You
banana
can't see
boxers.
the trees. You can't see the forest past the
And I'm
trees.
not sure if I like boxer
Can you hear me?
briefs. I'm not. I don't know.
The
boxer
forest
briefs or
past the
boxers
trees,
are
so you
my-
can't see
are
the
my
trees past the
favorite.
forest. What's that saying? You can't
I
see the
don't
forest past the trees.
Definitely not helping.
Yeah,
with it. Can
the
care
forest
less.
past the trees. You know what I'm
I
saying?
just don't understand the slander of like.
So
panties
so
and-
yeah. So they
panties
were
and
definitely in a bunch, babe.
So, and
Where-
and you're doubling
where
down
you
on
was
it.
showing,
so this
like-
is like Watergate. This
Where
is
you was showing like
you disrespected me publicly and you're doubling down on it. So you're telling
I'm
all
saying
those who
I didn't
listen
say this
that your
is not
husband was wearing your husband had his panties in a bunch.
right,
And you're
but
doubling down on it.
yes, because it's
Oh
not.
my god, you said yes.
It's not. It's what is so now because you're confusing me now. But yes, I'm saying it. But it's because I'm not. It's just a statement. It's not like an actual thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
It's a phrase.
Mhm. Good to know.
It's a phrase.
Yeah. I got a phrase for you.
Yeah. What is it?
I'll tell you offline.
Oh, okay. But anyway, you would absolutely like just be so upset that, you know, you would do some bullshit, you know, like what? Like, for instance, you know, since you brought up Watergate, when we were supposed to go somewhere together, like, you were so upset that you freaking left me.
Supposed to.
You're never supposed to do that. That is an action that does not show love.
Well, we married then?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
And we don't have to be married for you not to leave me.
Hey,
That's
man,
crazy.
if we ain't married, yo, I ain't got no obligations. I can leave you.
Oh, so marriage means obligations.
I mean, when you fill out a form, it asks you if you're single, married, widowed. So what do you check? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm just saying, you piss me off and you throw water on me in front of people, then I'm leaving you.
I bruised the ego.
Leah, you don't have to.
I did. I heard it. I could piece it back together for you.
You're a fucking. You're being like a whole piece of work.
I'm just saying.
See, that's part of the
But
problem.
that's what I'm saying. Like, so.
What? What's what? What?
This is why it's important, right? For ladies to have their ladies' nights.
To talk about this? Because y'all don't talk. Because I did ask that. And it's like, oh, you know, we don't need to talk about relationship stuff.
We don't spend the entire time discussing, you know what I'm saying, relationship stuff.
I know.
Okay.
A lot of y'all need, you know, I know.
Whatever.
I know. I mean.
Honestly, but sometimes there is a whole nother powwow. Yeah. Sometimes it is. And sometimes it is and other times it's just like, yo, let's just not be responsible right now.
Yeah, let's cheat.
What?
Whatever happens tonight stays here. No one records,
so
no one
I need
tags,
you to.
No one tags.
So I gotta stop you for a second.
No having dinner with tag here.
I have to stop you, and I need you to stop doing that. I need you to stop doing that.
I didn't do it.
I need you to stop saying those salacious things.
No, you just said no responsibility.
So that means we're not talking about. No, that means that we are not talking about relationship issues, children issues.
Well, that's irresponsible.
Work issues.
Because if you're a mother or you're a wife, then that's what
Here's the thing. We're not. That doesn't mean that we're turning it off, right?
I never take off my husband, Kate.
Psh, bullshit.
Like,
but anyway.
Listen, I'll turn your mic off.
Mic check. Oh, it's still there. Okay. So we turn off the responsibility in a sense of we're not turning it off. We're just pushing it to the side, right? So right now we are who we are.
If you are what you say you are.
And in that moment, we are having a good time being. When it's time to, if we get a phone call, we snap back into our roles and our responsibilities.
And you bring your monkey ass home.
You just want me home, sir.
No.
Period.
I didn't even.
Do you want me home?
Sometimes it depends.
And now it depends.
Depends on what type of, you know what I'm saying?
No.
If you need to be here cleaning up your Willy Wonka, then yeah. Like,
if I need to be here cleaning up my Willy Wonka.
But, like, if I'm watching Law and Order marathons, like, I'm cool. Yeah, I'll entertain myself. But I'm not going to be here tripping over your Willy Wonka while you're out fucking shaking a tail feather and getting drinks bought for you. It doesn't work that way. Like, that's not fair.
Oh my gosh.
Who's
buying me drinks?
Leah, name who cares? I don't know. Who cares?
I'm just saying, like, what are we talking about?
Leah, it's not like, it's not.
What?
Look, man. If we do a social experiment and take our phones and videotape and go to a bar and sit there, and we leave the house with $10.
Why would we do that?
Guaranteed, you have a decent time, and I will have probably buy a Shirley Temple. Either way, all good. We spent long enough. Next subject.
Is divorce an option?
No. if if you have like a side baby, that's tough. And
You wouldn't raise it?
no, we can't. I'm not doing that.
Why? Nobody else would know.
No,
Nobody would know.
I would hate that little nigga too.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean,
wow.
the little person, I definitely wouldn't favor him.
I think you.
And I would
I think.
No way.
I think you
I
love
would be slapping
me.
him in the face.
You love me. That's abuse, and so we're
Hey, man.
not.
So
you just told you don't. We won't promote violence.
Let's
Now
just
you're
not
talking
have
about
side
abusing
babies.
children.
Let's not have side babies.
So
I'm not
here's the
gonna
thing.
change
I think
it.
you would love. I think you would
Diaper
love.
rashes.
I think you would love my baby.
Bullshit.
Because you love me so much.
Bullshit. No way.
You would love my baby.
I mean,
Because
there's
you
one
love
way.
me so much.
There's one way to find out.
Well, there's two, but I'm not willing to do the first one.
There's two.
Yeah.
What?
I have to do one thing in order to find. I have to do something in order for it to find out.
No, you can be artificial in some
Well,
way.
who's wasting time doing that?
Yeah, you are such a project chick.
I'm not. Like, why?
You need to step into. Like, technology allows for you to not have to indulge, right? And you can lay down and you can.
So that also comes with having a bunch of needles being injected into you. Like, there's no fun in that.
It could be.
Yeah, nope. I don't get off on putting my legs in stirrups and having stuff shoved in.
A turkey baster.
I don't. That's not my vibe. I'm not on that type of wave.
All right, well, just telling you, no side babies, because I'm not rolling.
But I think that you would.
Well, we can definitely agree to disagree.
Okay.
I would not deal. No way. No
so
how.
That's when divorce.
Because it's a constant reminder.
So that's when divorce will be on the table. I mean.
Divorce, or we'll just have a life partnership. You know what I mean? But I hold myself to that same standard. If I was to ever have had a child on the side, like, I wouldn't expect you to overlook that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even ask you. I would literally just pack up and, you know what I mean? You can't do that. That's crazy. Little bastards.
That's interesting.
Little bastard look just like the dude too. Like, that's crazy.
Well, I would, my genes are pretty strong.
Yeah, but just because it wouldn't be in that case.
My genes are pretty strong.
You'll be some weird looking freak. You know what I'm saying?
I will not have any of those.
I gotta, like, that's crazy. No way. No way. I wouldn't even want to claim that shit on my taxes.
It won't happen, you know what I'm saying? But
Little
I
bastard.
think that, oh my God, how are you
mad
upset over some shit that's not even real
I'm
right
mad
now?
just thinking about it.
Like, you really are upset right now.
Little fuck.
Okay. That baby ain't did nothing to you. Nothing.
Definitely, like, drop it just for no reason.
Damn. Okay, stop talking crazy.
Holding a baby.
Stop talking crazy. Stop talking crazy.
Oops.
Because you wouldn't.
Drop it. Like,
You wouldn't.
Oh, shit.
You wouldn't do that to an innocent child.
It ain't innocent.
The baby is innocent.
Hey, well, the parents weren't. So,
They were.
nah.
They were.
Anyway.
Things happen, like you said, right?
Not that.
Oh, now it's not that.
No. So,
But
I'm telling you right
but again,
now.
so there's no need to tell me, right? Because I would never put you in a situation where that would have occurred.
Yeah.
Could occur. So
do anything necessary for her. So don't let the necessary occur. Yeah. Remember that lyric?
If only.
Leah.
What?
Come on. Let's close out. Because you're being, like, obnoxious.
I just said if only.
And
That's
ridiculous.
It.
Well, don't what? If only let the necessary
just saying,
occur.
If only.
Alright. So, anyway.
So that's when divorce would be on the table.
I think so. Well,
if we're going in saying divorce is not an option.
Yeah, but when you have that conversation, you also talk about your non-negotiables. And what does non-negotiables look like? Like, if I punch you and knock your teeth out, that might be a non-negotiable.
So let me say this, right? Because what you said was if you slipped in it and ended up having a baby on the side, like, you would just pack up and leave. Well, first of all, did you have a conversation with me?
No.
Like, So now
I'm
you're
not
just
going to.
so now you're just gonna run,
I'm
right?
not
Like
running.
you're taking the easy way out and you're just leaving.
No,
that's
that's not easy. Are you
so
kidding me?
So here's the thing, you fuck up and have a baby on the side, and now you get to decide that like it's over.
Yeah, because that's non-negotiable. You can't do that.
But what?
This ain't all of us. That was a good show, by the way.
That's
What's
not what
funny
that
is
show is about.
Chris Rock. I mean, no. Tony Rock was on that show, and then Will Smith. That's kind of funny. And now.
So anyway,
I digress.
we're here. You do all the time, and it's ridiculous. But that's unacceptable.
Well, I disagree, man. I mean,
you can't. So this is.
That's being a man and standing
being
up.
a man would never put yourself in that
All
position.
right, Leah, we got that part.
Firstly,
but now that I'm in it.
Secondly,
I'm in it now, baby. So now what do I do?
Secondly, be a man, put your boots on, and let's fucking go.
Let's go for what?
We're gonna figure it out.
Leah, you're not raising no. Come.
So raising.
What I don't want.
Raising.
We're having like weird, bogus conversations.
It's not bogus, and I'm not saying.
So what do you want to do?
Here's what I'm saying.
So you want to share on weekends and holidays? My side baby coming over and sitting at the table.
That's your business.
No, it's your business.
Because I don't have to be here when that happens. However, I will not intentionally hurt it.
Yeah, well, that's where we're different. Because I don't care.
You gonna make sure I'm on vacation somewhere.
Right on the floor.
You gonna make sure I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm not paying for. No.
Why?
No.
Why?
No.
Why?
Why? What? No. I got Pampers to buy.
That's your business.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be your business.
No, it won't be.
Not paying for you to be on vacation, and then I got my child, and I'm sitting in the cold. Like,
why would you be sitting in the cold?
It's New England.
But you got a roof over your head. Why would you be sitting in the cold?
Yeah, this is semantic talk.
It definitely is.
All right, we'll continue this next time. We're wrapping up. We're a little over time. Thank y'all for listening. All right, Leah, you want to do your thing right now?
We're locked and loaded.
Ridiculous. Anyway, we'll see y'all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. You already know what it is. Yeah. We're locked and loaded.
Well, locked and loaded.